What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. It's a great day to be the owner of some real deal money, some real deal silver. In today's video, I wanted to talk about and compare 90% silver to pure silver. The 90% junk constitutional to the 3/9 fine, maybe the 4/9 fine pure silver coins, rounds, and bars. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for a bunch of videos. Subscribe to my second channel for bonus videos, and follow me on social media at Mykie DYDSS across all platforms. 4 super quick things before we fully dive into the video. Number 1, get you some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. We have the brand new "It's a Great Day to Have a Great Day" t-shirt and coffee mug. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. 2, if you haven't already, try you out some Celsius Energy. That's right, it's a healthier alternative to the other energy drinks out there. You can get a 12-pack variety pack on Amazon right now. I will leave an affiliate link in the description so you can try the different flavors. 3, if you're not already investing and you'd like to start investing, make sure to download Webull and fund your account. They're going to give you some free stocks just for doing so, and it's really easy for a new investor to start investing because of how simple it is to navigate on the app and learn about the stock market. Side note, by the way, I want to take 3 people this month and help them learn about the stock market and guide them through kickstarting their investment portfolio. So if you want to be one of those 3, please reach out. Then, of course, 4th and finally, if you need any silver or gold stacking supplies, whether it be airtight tubes and capsules, anti-tarnish paper, mini lock boxes, currency sleeves, microscopes, the list goes on, any and all stacking and any and all prepping supplies will be linked in the description for your convenience. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about silver. And we're going to be comparing 90% silver to 3/9 or 4/9 fine pure silver. If you hear any background noise like birds or the rain, it's because, just like yesterday, I am filming a video here in the car, have a little bit of time in between an appointment and work, so I figured I'd knock out a couple of videos, and here we are in the car. All right, so let's talk about the silver. What you see on screen is we have a nice little selection of 90% silver. We have some Washington quarters. We have some Walking Liberty half dollars. We have some Roosevelt dimes, and we have some Mercury dimes. And then down here we have your everyday Type 1 American Silver Eagle, 1 ounce. And then we have a 10-ounce silver Sunshine bar with the Mint Mark SI security feature on the back. One thing that I found interesting about 90% silver, or even before I let you know what I find interesting about 90% silver, I never used to like 90% silver. When I first started stacking, very end of 2017 and a majority of 2018, I had 0 interest in 90% silver. And if any of you have been watching my channel for 6 going on 7, or actually 7 going on 8 years at this point, any of you who have been watching since that early on, you'll know that I was not interested in 90% silver. I understood it, I got it, I get it, but I had no interest in stacking it. I was a pure silver kind of guy. And I got my first piece of silver end of 2017. I spent the entire year of 2018 going as aggressive as I possibly could. Spot price was super low. Premiums were unbelievably low. And I was getting as much silver as I could possibly get my hands on. Toward the end of 2018, I picked up my first bit of 90% silver. See, I did a majority of my silver acquisitions at the local coin shop. I'm a big believer in supporting the local coin shop. I'm a big believer in supporting small businesses as opposed to online precious metal dealers or these mega million, mega billion dollar corporations with international customer bases. Screw that. Support the local coin shop. For the most part, at least. But what I was doing back then, I was getting a majority of my silver from the local coin shop. But yeah, I place a couple orders online from time to time. And one thing that I had noticed, mid to late November of 2018, as we were getting ready for the holiday season, what comes right before that? Black Friday. What comes a couple days after that? Cyber Monday. And a lot of these online dealers were having these insane Black Friday through Cyber Monday sales. It was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, just like sale, 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 discount, discount, discount. And I was like, man. So I ended up getting myself quite a bit of silver that weekend. And one thing that I got myself was my very first piece of silver that was above the 1 troy ounce denomination. Everything that I had gotten in the first 11 months of stacking, all pure silver and all 1 troy ounce. I didn't get any fractional silver, I didn't get any 90% silver, and I didn't get any, larger silver bars. But the first thing that I did was I ordered myself a 5-ounce silver bar and some 90% silver. It's the first thing I did. I also got some random pure silver coins that I was somewhat familiar with, but no one really talks about them all that much. Not super, super popular, but still awesome coins. Got a couple of those. I got a couple of random silver coins, silver rounds, silver bars, some of which I'd never even seen before. I was like, oh, that looks cool. And, it's a massive % off the premium, so I just added that, and that's just what I would do. But I got myself my very first bag of 90% Washington quarters. I also got myself a 10-ounce silver bar, too. This one, to be exact. But I got that mainly just because it was on sale. I wasn't overly interested in it. I wasn't overly excited about it. I was like, all right, yeah, I mean, it's silver. It's not pure silver, which is what I preferred at the time, but yeah. 2019, I decided to continue getting a little bit of 90%, even though I don't love it, or didn't love it at the time. I decided for myself, you know what, for the sake of diversification, for diversification purposes, I'm going to get at least $1 face value worth of 90% silver every time I hit the coin shop or any time I order some silver online. And that's what I did the entire year of 2019. There wasn't one time that I acquired me some new silver without picking up at least $1 face value of the 90%. 9 times out of 10, Washington quarters. 2020, we all know what happened. Spot price got smacked up and down. Premiums went through the roof, and I'd noticed that, kind of the cheapest silver we could get at the time was 90%. The premiums didn't seem overly impacted, so I was getting a lot of 90% silver that year, so on and so forth. Fast forward all the way to present day. Pure silver is definitely still my preference, but now I can say I love 90%. Might not be my purity preference, but I still love it. This stuff is so cool. And one thing that I found interesting about 90% silver is that, it's a way of breaking a larger denomination. Just by the weight of these things, yeah, it's kind of a little bit of an oddball increment of silver, but the silver dime, as an example, because of the amount of silver in there and how much that amount of silver weighs, this is about 1/14 of a troy ounce of silver. Silver quarters, about 1/6 of a troy ounce of silver. The half dollars, about 1/3 of a troy ounce of silver. I thought that was interesting. And when I finally came to that conclusion and realized that the 90% silver could potentially be a way of breaking a troy ounce, should you ever need to. Not that you probably would ever need to, but in the event that you do, you could do so with the 90%. And just to put things into perspective, these little teeny tiny silver dimes, you would need 14 of them to equate to one of these. It would take 14 silver dimes to make one of these. It would take 6 silver quarters to equal one of these. It would take 3 silver half dollars, 90% silver half dollars, to equal one of these. See, a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people are just like, oh yeah, it's just constitutional silver. It's old. It's not pure silver. It's a lot of the coins are pretty worn down. They're dirty, blah, blah, blah. People have all types of complaints about 90% silver. Personally, like I said, it really grew on me. And I love 90% silver. If I had to choose, I would choose pure silver. But fortunately for me, I'm not being forced to choose. Therefore, I'll take both. And like I was just saying about the 90% silver coins and how many of them equal a troy ounce of silver, or how many of them it would take to be able to trade for a silver eagle, what about a 10-ounce silver bar? The little Roosevelt dimes, or Mercury dimes, the little 1/14 of a troy ounce silver coins, it would take 140 of them to equal one of these. 140 silver dimes, where, according to face value, not very much. According to silver value, worth over $300. Face value, what is that, 14 bucks? Silver value, over 300. Interesting. I can't imagine why they took silver out of our coins. It's almost like they knew silver is a little bit more important, a little bit more special, and has far more power, and doesn't make sense to be in little currency coins. With face value, at least. How many Washington quarters? Oh my God. How many Washington quarters would it take to make up one of these? About 6 in a troy ounce, 10-ounce silver bar. You would need 60 Washington quarters to equal one of these right here. You would need 60 Washington quarters to make up one of these big blocks of silver. This is not a paper-thin silver bar. This thing is pretty thick. You'd need 60. $50. 3 to make up a troy ounce of silver. This is a 10 troy ounce silver bar. You would need 30 silver $50. 30 of them to make one of these. And obviously you can mix and match it up. It doesn't have to be specifically 140 silver dimes or 60 silver quarters or 30 silver $50. It could be a couple of each. Enough of each. As long as the silver content equates to 10 troy ounces of silver, or the closest you can possibly get to 10 troy ounces of silver, that's how many of those coins you could trade for a 10-ounce silver bar. It's like trading a $100 bill for 250s or 520s or 1010s, so on and so forth. Can't do it with one hand. But anyway, I got a 5, a 2, and a single one here as well. Pretty sure you could do the math at that point. But that's what I found interesting about the 90%. I was like, it's kind of like having different denomination dollar bills. Got a $100 bill, maybe a couple 20s and a couple singles in your wallet. It probably makes sense. Might not make perfect sense to walk around with $3 cash and that's it. Because, you know, name anything that costs less than $3 at this point. Can't even get a cup of coffee for $3 anymore. And it also doesn't make sense to walk around with just one singular $100 bill, because you're probably not going to want to break it. That's why it's important to have the different denominations. That's why most people walk around with 20s in their pocket, 20s in their wallet, $5 bills in their wallet, singles in their wallet. It's a very similar approach to the 90%. So is one better than the other? Junk silver, 90% constitutional silver, is not better or worse than pure silver. 3 nines fine silver, or 4 nines fine silver, where you'll notice some coins, like the Maple Leaf, for example, which I don't have on me at this time. All I have is a Silver Eagle. But Maple Leafs, a lot of coins, are 4 nines fine as opposed to 3 nines fine. Is that an astronomical difference? No. You can think of a 3 nines fine silver coin rounder bar as 99.9% pure silver. About as pure as you can possibly get, until you look at a 4 nines fine. And instead of being 99.90% or 99.94, 5, 6, 7, 8%, 4 nines fine is 99.99% pure silver. So the difference in purity between a 3 nines fine and a 4 nines fine is hardly different at all. To me personally, just from a stacking perspective, I consider them identical. I know 4 nines is technically just a hair more pure, but it's such an insignificant difference for me and what I'm using silver for, I pay no mind to that. As long as it's at least 3 nines fine pure silver, making it pure silver, that's what I like. The coins, the rounds, the bars. I don't care if it's a Silver Eagle at this point. I don't care if it's a silver bar. I don't care if it is a silver round, like the Buffalo round, this right here. A Sunshine Buffalo round with, of course, the Mint Mark SI security feature on the back. And you can see toward the top, 3 nines fine silver. I don't care if it is an Aztec calendar round. Here's my 5-ounce Aztec calendar round. 3 nines fine silver down there at the bottom. Regardless of what it is, as long as the premium makes sense, as long as I can justify converting my dollars into it, it's worth stacking to me. I don't care what's on it. I don't care what it says. As long as it's pure silver, and as long as the price is right, I'm probably going to add it to the stack. 90% silver, on the other hand, obviously not pure silver. It's only 90%. So each of these quote-unquote junk constitutional silver coins, obviously it's made up of 100%, but 90% of this coin is silver. That's why it's a 90% silver coin. And sure, it's a little awkward considering 1/3, 1/6, 1/14 of a troy ounce. It's not incredibly easy like a 1/10 ounce, 1/4 ounce, 1/2 ounce potentially would be. But fractional pure silver carries wild premiums, and I wouldn't be able to convert my dollars into fractional pure silver. I mean, if you wanted to get yourself a 1/2 ounce silver bar, the premium's so high, it brings it up to just about the price of a 1 troy ounce silver bar, so you might as well just get the 1 troy ounce. See, that's something that a lot of people don't realize. The smaller the denomination, the higher the premium is going to be. And the opposite is true. The larger the denomination, the lower the premium is going to be. That's why you see a lot of people get 10-ounce silver bars, 20-ounce silver bars, kilo bars, 50-ounce bars, 100-ounce bars. Similar can be said about gold. On a smaller scale, that's why a lot of people save up and get a 1-ounce gold coin instead of getting 10 10th-ounce gold coins, or 4 1/4-ounce gold coins, or 2 1/2-ounce gold coins. Because financially, it's true. It makes more sense to go big or go home. Fractional gold carries a hefty premium. Fractional silver carries an even heftier premium, but not when it comes to 90%. So sure, the downside is that it's only 90% silver. If that's even anything that matters to you, it's mattering less and less to me as time goes on. For some people, they couldn't care less about the level of purity. Silver. But technically, you could potentially see it as a downside. Okay, that's where it falls short as opposed to fractional pure silver or just pure silver in general. However, what else does it have? It's government minted. These coins minted by a sovereign government, regardless of where they're from. These just happen to be U.S. coins, and I just so happen to be fortunate, lucky enough, and blessed to be an American. They're backed by a sovereign government, which brings the likelihood of counterfeits much, 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 much lower. Faking a silver rounder bar is unethical. Faking a government minted coin or faking dollar bills, big, 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 big crime. You don't want to do that. Only the government's allowed to do that. But I digress. Coming around full circle here. Pure silver versus 90%. Is one better than the other? I personally do not believe so. Love that sound, by the way. I personally do not believe that pure silver is superior to 90%. Some people might think so. Some people might think the opposite. Some people might think that 90% silver is better than pure silver. It's all just an opinion. At the end of the day, what's the fact? The fact is silver, regardless of what's on it, regardless of where it's from, regardless of the level of purity. Silver is involved in the equation. Therefore, it's silver. Therefore, silver is silver. Therefore, I'm going to stack it, so long as the price is right. But I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, what are your thoughts on pure silver versus junk silver? Do you have a preference between the two? And if so, why is that? Do you have absolutely no preference at all and you just get whatever you can get your hands on? Let me know in the comment section down below anything and everything related to today's video topic. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, subscribe to my second channel for bonus videos, and follow me on social media at Mykie DYDSS across all platforms. 4 quick things as we wrap up the video. Number 1, if you haven't already, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. We have the brand new It's a Great Day to Have a Great Day t-shirt and coffee mug. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. 2, try you out some Celsius Energy. That's right, it's a healthier alternative to the other energy drinks out there. You can get a 12-pack variety pack on Amazon right now. I will leave an affiliate link in the description so you can try out the different flavors. 3, if you're not already investing and you would like to start investing, make sure to download Webull and fund your account. They're going to give you some free stocks just for doing so, and they make it really easy for a new investor to start investing because of how simple it is to navigate and learn right there on their app. Side note, like I said before, this month, my goal is to help 3 people learn about the stock market and guide them through kickstarting their investment portfolios. So if you want to be one of those 3, leave a comment or reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram. And then, of course, 4th and finally, if you need any silver or gold stacking supplies, whether it be airtight tubes and capsules, anti-tarnish paper, mini lock boxes, currency sleeves, microscopes, the list goes on, any and all stacking supplies and any and all prepping supplies will be linked in the description for your convenience. Once again, I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below anything and everything related to today's video topic, pure silver versus junk silver. Sure, I might prefer pure silver, but I don't prefer it by a tremendous amount. At the end of the day, silver as far as I'm concerned, and I do love both. If you have a preference, let me know which one it is in the comments below. Let me know why you have that preference, which is your preference, and why. Or if you have absolutely no preference at all. Let me know if you agree with the statement that silver. I don't care. If it's silver, I'm going to stack it. Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.